This is the home of bad strategy. My name is Oforsaz and welcome to Frostpunk. This is a game I've been watching courtesy of Quill18 and NerdCube. Thank you very much for putting this on my map. The basic premise of this game is basically a frozen apocalypse has happened, as you can tell here. The snow has hit England incredibly harshly, and basically we've all fled north from London, which just begs the question: is if we are in the middle of a post-apocalyptic freeze storm in a steam Bulgaria, is why we're going further north, where Scotland is famous for its rain being cold and occasionally snowing. I'm just questioning that logic there. Surely you want to head south, use the now frozen rivers, but I digress. It's basically a game where the entire concept is, I'm not entirely sure, but what I can understand is you've got to try and build a home with a giant boiler, and the temperature can go up or down depending on how boned you're going to be. Okay, here we go.
We roam the still, cold world. No horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped with pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We lost our world to snow. And with it, our last traces of humanity. We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
Which begs the question, why did we not build it somewhere nice and safe? A new home. We fled from London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. Oh, so we've gone even further north. Why? Why would you go further north than Scotland? There are coal mines in England. In the north of England. We could have camped there. I'm guessing it's just because this place seems to have a generator. Whatever we do, we should just pick the worst now that we have to survive. And let's see how bad the graphics are. Because I've got it all on high at the moment. And it seems to be suffering quite badly, my computer. Okay, so this is now the last city on Earth. Fight the coal. Stockpile some coal and start the generator. Right, I'm already looking at how the frame rate is killing itself. So I'll be right back once I've fixed it a little. Okay, this seems to have fixed it. So, right now, is there a pause button? Did I press P? Pause? No, I don't need to pause it. I need to press it. Okay. So, currently, we're at negative 20 degrees Celsius. That's already quite cold, even by my standards. So, I've got to stockpile some coal. Now, from what I remember in this game, you have basically people who can work your job. Work jobs. And they need to work, at the moment, at the start, we can only work these leftover resources, like steel wreckages, wooden crates. There's the coal pile I want to work on. So, I have 65 workers in total. Now, I don't have much food, I don't have much wood, and I do need to build stuff past... There's the Book of Laws. This is the horrible book of horribleness, where you can basically either like pass things to make people more hopeful, like child shelters, or you can choose to do child labour, doing the safe jobs, and basically have the children being put into the workforce. And then how you deal with corpses, like putting funerals, or do you want to have corpse disposal, like radical treatment, which is basically amputations if you get frostbite, or sustaining alive. And each of these things will either raise your hope or lower your hope. Like, for example, like you have hope and discontent. Is the best way to describe it. And discontent is basically how angry they are with your rule, and hope is how hopeful they are at the rule. If the hope reaches 0, you lose. If discontent gets to max, you lose. It's a horrible balancing game where you have to make moral choices. Like this, for example. You can get your children to work safe jobs, but hope will fall slightly, and children can be injured in accidents. Or I can choose to, hey, we're doing child shelters, but you have to build it and then maintain it with people having jobs. Or then I can do like corpse disposal, which is like, I want to have basically build I have to build a cemetery, but hope will rise and there's no risk of disease from bodies, or we can just chuck them out in a snow pit. Basically, no, we don't have time to bury them. We'll just throw you guys into a pit somewhere. I'm not going to do any of those just yet. I do not wish to go into the horrible book of horribleness right now. I need to plot out how we are going to survive here. Right. Now, an interesting factor is, this is actually very deep snow, like above your head snow. So if you have a place where people have to keep constantly going, they'll end up like digging a path from their bodies. So ideally, what I want to do is build the city towards more permanent food, like resources, in order to ensure I can get a permanent like resource pathway through the town, which will make it a lot safer. So I'm thinking right now is, even though I have like shelter there, I'm going to start building the town out this way towards, from what I can understand here, these are frozen trees, which are like a permanent wood supply. And maybe towards here, because that's a permanent coal supply. And wood and coal are very important. So, I'm going to open this up. Let's see, we don't want medical, we want like tents. We want like resources, don't need those, don't need that. Let's get some tents in first, if the game will process us. Yeah, this is how it works. Everything is built out in a radius from the big generator, which is our primary heat source at this moment in time. The further out they are, the less heat they're going to get, and if a place gets too cold, they're not going to want to live there. Or the building won't work, because it's like, no, it's too bloody cold in this area, we're not doing it. So, where do I get wood? Not wood, like roads, or do I need to actually build something before I can build a ruddy road? Because I want to try and, here we go, build streets. I want to try and like plot a road out. Because I want to just, if I can plot a road like a big central main road to the coal, I'll have a mental like tick in my head of where they are going. So if I spend 2 wood, that's going to set up the road there. Now I know that I've got a permanent road heading to the coal there. I also want to assign max 15 workers on the coal pile there. And I'm going to assign max workers on there and max workers on there. Now I've got 20 workers left. I'm going to have wood coming in, I'm going to have steel coming in, and I'm going to have coal coming in. And then I'm going to have some people left over to build that little road out there, which I'm going to finish off by using 10 more wood to connect up a house to it, or rather 2 tents. Like so. Now let's get this game unpaused, and now you can see that everyone is going to work. You can see, this is what you can see exactly what I mean there. They are now moving through the snow at incredibly slow speeds, because obviously this is the first time they've making their way to it. That is why I'm wanted to have these roads built up here, so later on when I get coal, we can just go straight to it, like along the lovely heated paths, and not have to worry about this happening. So you can see the people at the back are going to move slightly faster because their friends have already gone off there. And the leftover builders I have left are building these tents here. I'm slowly gathering coal. I realise I also need to have a place to make food. But I need 20 wood. So I'm going to have to wait for 2 more wood to come through from the crates. Like you can see now there's people walking backwards and forwards. Everyone has like their own homes, their own workplaces. Like they have their own, like they all have their own potential family members. Like this person is married to Bert Johnson, for example. And now we need to do this. We're going to get a cookhouse up and going. And a cookhouse generates a tiny bit of warmth from what I remember. So we're going to put the cookhouse here. We're going to put the cookhouse here. I'm going to have a road built out here. Cut down on the amount of raw food usage, which I think will be amazing to do. So that'll make people slightly upset, but I think it's the better choice. So now, obviously my hope's gone down, discontent's gone up slightly, there's 60 people homeless. How are you not operating still? Not connected. Oh, the road hasn't been built yet, okay. Yes, I know you guys hate soup. It's either that or die. Which one would you prefer? Okay, I'm gonna put another house in here. Has that road been built yet? I don't think it has. I'm gonna wait a bit of time for that to go through. I'm waiting for the coal to come in to activate the coal generator. You guys even built that road, or is it even connected? I can't tell. Is it because there's like that tiny little bit there needs to be built for 1 wood? Is that the reason why? Yeah, it was that reason. So here we go. 4 food from 2 raw, or 5 food from 2. I say that's a net bonus. I'm happy with that. These people can have it 10. So by this, I need another 5. I need another 5 when that one's been built to have people in fully livable conditions. I'm thinking we want to put another one here. There, but I need the wood to get a hunter's hut. I think we've got enough food for now. At the end of this day, I should have enough meals. So I'm going to put 1 house here. And here? Yeah, 1 house here. That's using up all my wood. That's going to not be the most comfortable of livings over there, but it'll still be at least comfortable. Yeah, oh, the generator, what's this? There's a tutorial summary about the generator. Moving in and out, yes, I got that. The generator! Yeah, we're going to go, I'll talk through that once I actually get the coal to do this, which I'm very close to getting. I should actually speed up time a little bit. There we go. People work, general, quite a long time. Oh, actually, I think, no, the end of the day. What's this? The heating is off. Yes, fine, I'll activate the generator. We're turning the generator on. Here we go. Steam level 1 active. And here's where my frame rate takes a mini hit as it basically goes, ah, you've just turned something on. Now that is generating heat, as you can tell by this lovely aura which is coming up. Now, I can also do an overdrive on this, which is I can basically heat it up even more. But the thing has a chance of exploding. We don't want that thing to explode. It's our only heat source and would kill everyone if it exploded. But as you can see now, it's very comfortable living here. That they're no chance of getting ill out here. You get a slightly increased chance. You're out here, you live out here. 30 people are going to be sleeping out in the cold tonight because of my poor planning. But who cares? We have at least enough people sleeping safely tonight. All right. No, this is a kid, very low chance of getting ill. Can I build anything? No, I want to open up this. Can I build anything? No, I cannot. We've got to wait until the next day in order to hit that. But this is a good place to end the first episode of me panicking against the elements. It's like me at every day when it's raining out in England. Of course, until next, I think this is going to be a good series. I don't know how long it will last, because I probably will feck up very quickly. So, until next time, this is the Home Bad Strategy. My name's been O4Zaz, and this has been not more Wild Advisors, Frostpunk, and someone's already goddamn sick, and I don't have the wood to build a medical place. Ah.